Here it's good afternoon. It's already afternoon. Morning has passed already. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the wild card this weekend. NFL seasons. It's crazy, man. If you guys saw the seasons this weekend, NFL is here, man. 2025 gone. Welcome to 2026. But I just want to come on and say and talk about. Let's talk about some highlights, man. Like who's won, who's advancing, who's not. Basically, the Bengals. Hello, Keisha. How you doing? The Bengals, we gotta wait to the end of the year. But like, wow, man, I was watching the playoffs this weekend. A lot of us were the playoffs right here, man. Since that Rams game, I was like, wow, made me want to be made me believe in the Rams, theory, man. The Rams might go to the Super Bowl again. That's what I think. It's one of my predictions. Here at Doc's waiting on my test to be done. Okay, hopefully everything goes good. God bless. Doc's too waiting for Love and Grace. She's at the dentist. We're at the dentist right now. So I thought I'd come out here a little bit and talk about, let's talk about, the NFL, the wild card that just passed this weekend. And it was pretty crazy, man. Let's go. Let's talk about this. Like I said, some of these games were like, was crucial. It was crazy. We were watching them. You guys know I was with my family. I was at my family. I was at my family's house yesterday, getting things ready for the week. My cousin was preparing, hooking up my other cousin, cutting the grass. So, just doing things, staying busy. So all you gotta do is stay busy. Try to stay busy. Don't try to be, doing nothing. All you gotta be doing something. Go make your appointments, make your schooling, your education, study. Go to your doctor's appointments. Do your exercises. Do what you gotta do to stay busy. What happened yesterday? The live just went up. Did it? I don't know. I noticed that. I didn't notice that. But thanks for reminding me, though. If the live went out yesterday, my bad. But let's talk about the wild card games that happened this weekend, man. Starting with the Packers and the Bears, right? That was pretty crazy. We'll start off with the Rams and the Panthers first, because that's the first game that was started this weekend. That was pretty cool that the family was able to see. Shout out to the Los Angeles Rams. Come and putting in the work, man. That was a crazy game. That catch by the tight end. That was man. Wow, that was a crazy play. He scored and the Rams won. I was like, okay, that's cool. And you got, I wasn't really going for the Rams, but then again, they're from LA, so I was like, okay, why not, So I went in there, and then I saw that play by the tight end, and I thought that was very important, man. I thought that was awesome. So shout out to the Rams, Stafford, and the team. They got good running plays. They're ready for the season. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, you didn't say buy nothing. That intense. Half my family are Rams fans, so they're all intensified. And there was a lot of crap talking. You guys see. We grew up. We ate pizza that day. Shine LA, so we're right there, we're just kicking back. And the Rams pulled it off, pulling that game off, which that was cool, Statistically, the stats were, they were there, they were not there, there's turnovers. It was a game. It was a game. To way to start the NFL season, it was a game. I thought that was pretty cool. And then half my family, my cousins were, one of my cousins that was there had a chance to interview him. If you guys remember, he's I believe he's a Packer fan. Yeah, he was a fan. My cousin Anthony, he was a Packer fan, right? So we're over there. We're just kicking it. And through the whole game, man, that one game was crazy. I didn't even see half the game, to tell you the truth, because on the road, home, Packers were winning magnificently. They had the scores. I thought that the Packers were going to put away. Then I went to Walmart to get a couple things, and I heard from another person, like, hey, the Bears won. I was like, no way they were losing. He goes, no, they came back. I was like, what? So I saw the highlights. I couldn't believe it. Shout out to the Chicago Bears, man. Shout out to all you Bears fans. To go out there, they won. It was 31 to 27. Let me see. Yeah, 31 to 27. And I couldn't believe that the Bears came back. Okay, Keisha, you have a good day. God bless you. You're in the room. You're just kicking it. Make sure you make those doctor's appointments. They're important. But yeah, the score was 31-27. Going to the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Chicago Bear fan, shout out to all you Bears fans, Chi-Town. They did. They came back. I remember when I left. What's his name? Urlacher came on in the halftime. He was pumping up the fans. So I don't know if Urlacher had a lot to do with it. He came out. He was hitting. I was like, okay, cool. And to see him out there, and that's when I left. And then I went, before I went home, and I went to Walmart to get something to drink, and I found out that the Bears won. I was like, no, they were losing. And they're like, no, they're like, they're winning. Hola, me gusta mucho inglés. Inglés. Whatever that means. Kershaw, what's that? Hola, me gusta mucho inglés, Okay. So shout out to you fans, man. I'm tired. The Bears were losing magnificently. They were losing by a couple touchdowns, and for them to come back in the second half, I was like, okay. They came back and they won. I was like, nah, American football. That's what I'm talking about right now, because a lot of things are happening. I just found out about Mike Tomlin, the Steelers, Steelers lost another good coach. They've been losing play, but I knew that was going to happen. Something had to be said, after Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is good, but he's a little too old, man. When I saw him playing for the Jets, I was like, and then he went to Pittsburgh, which was cool. He has experience, he's a winning quarterback, he has Super Bowl rings. I was like, I don't know, but with him going to Pittsburgh has high expectations. And, by Aaron Rodgers going over there, I was like, we get old, for a lot of years, man. You know how it is when old age picks up, you ain't like when you were in your younger days, Keisha is all English here for sure. Daniel Sports, happy Tuesday. Hey everyone, Taco Tuesday. Don't forget to get your tacos. Says spot. Let me look at my spot. Let me look at my. As we lost you for a minute. Am I on right now, Keisha? Am I on? Is it on? Shout out to everybody that was on. But let's talk about it. Just how to do it. Okay, back. Okay, good. Let's see. But as I mentioned, man, shout out to you Texans, man. We're talking about Texans. Shout out to you Bears fan, Buffalo moving on to the next round. It should be a good one, man. Next round should be very exciting, I'll be in Pomona, watching all the playoff games, possibility of Super Bowl. My cousin's birthday is usually is like towards that, the ending of January, so he always throws his birthday around Super Bowl. So, which is pretty cool. Most of the family will be over there and see if I. But like I said, man, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. They're losing Tomlin. I know you lost Steelers fans were like, pretty hard up on that. You guys don't want to see them. They're like a champ, he'll and what's going on? Age comes up, so it's just like, hey, that's what I'm saying. You got to carry yourself, But shout out to Steelers fans for playing a good game against the Houston Texans. Are pretty good. They're looking good right now. They got a quarterback, which I thought was pretty good, And I like him. I like him, the young quarterback from Green Bay. Those two quarterbacks are pretty good. Love is pretty good, and what is it? His name Stroud from Houston, I believe. They look pretty good, man. So if you're a Houston fan, you guys look pretty good. If you're a Green Bay fan, you guys look pretty good. So I was like, yeah. So like those are the games, like I said. Shout out to the Patriots. The Patriots, my cousin's team, New England. He's been over there. He's been in Foxborough. He was happy, the Patriots beat the LA Chargers. Overs makes a big old 49er fan. I'd rather be, Rams fan. But my son GBP. Okay. All right. Doing their thing. The Eagles are pretty good. A lot were going for the Eagles, but no, not right here. San Francisco. That outcome. Where San Francisco and so shout out to all my 49er fans that are out there and doing their thing. Let me see. Hold on. Let's hold on, people. Yeah. So I was just like, the 49ers came through, and I couldn't believe the Chargers lost to the Patriots because I thought the Chargers were younger and they were going, but the Patriots just had more experience. Oh, okay. You see the oldest one you met that day at the river. Yeah, you were remarkable at the river. So that was the first round. People first was you guys know, but the breaking news is Mike Tomlin resigned for the head coach. So Steelers don't have a quarterback and they don't have a head coach. Those are like two heads right there. The quarterback's the leader of the offense, and the head coach is the leader of the whole team. You make so for Pittsburgh, out of all places, for Pittsburgh to lose a head coach and your quarterback is just like, wow, that's crazy. I still don't know if Aaron Rodgers, I know he's in there. I don't know if he's going to retire. I don't know if he'll come back next year and play for the Pittsburgh Steelers again. But if he does, shout out to Aaron Rodgers for being the man that he is, going out there, despite, the age. That's what happened to Roethlisberger. Age caught up and he was gone. But that's the breaking news that, Pittsburgh is going to look for a new coach. So, hey, they're trying to get back to the winning team that they are. So that's cool. But for all the teams who won, I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. So that was the first round, right? That was the first round. The Texans beating the Steelers. Let's go. The Patriots beating the Chargers. That was pretty cool. Those were good games. I was rooting. You guys, I throw some clippings. You guys see me jumping around. You guys seen the family going crazy. So second round looks like January 17th. Let me give you. It's going to be the Bills against the Broncos. Who you guys got on that one? I'm not really a Broncos fan. I will go for Bills. Shout out to the Broncos. Be a good divisional game right there. Shout out to the 49ers going up to Seattle. Seattle is very strong at home. So, I got the Seahawks on that one. Texans and the Patriots. That's going to be a good one right there, too. In Houston. So shout out to Houston Texans, man. That's what I'm going to tell my cousin. Hey, I'm going for Houston. He might not like that. The Rams and the Bears. Wow, that's going to be a good game right there. Obviously I'm going for the Rams on this one. I'm going for the Rams for the whole thing again. They have experience. They're champions. They have a good lineup, So those are going to be my teams that I'm going for. I don't know who you guys are picking out. You look at Big D. Most of my selections were right this weekend. So I was like, hey, I gave you guys my predictions, a couple lives ago. And I'll give you my predictions again. You guys heard it right here first. So shout out to you guys, what you guys are doing. God bless you guys, for sure. Put God first in your life. You guys make your meetings, do your weights, control yourself, do what you got to do. But I thought I'd come out here and talk about the sports a little bit, which is cool. Thank you, Keisha, my moderator. Sari Garcia said hi, hello, what's up, brother? My peeps in here. I have some peeps right here at the dentistry. Look like he's coming back. The young lady, the baby girl. It says rap actor, what, died? So I'll be getting back to you guys. Talking about you guys will see me again. Make sure if you're gonna do anything, you have one of these. Well, I'm tight. Hold on. Make sure, Big D's having one of these, man. And no, it's not small, it's a big one. It's like, woo. So I feel uppity up, Uppity up. Uppity up. But you guys know what D's team is for. So I don't know how that goes, but you know what? When LA didn't have a team, everybody else went somewhere else. I went to Cincinnati because they're drafting a lot of people from the Pac-12, which is the Pac-12 now. It was Pac-10 back then, So shout out to USC, shout out to college and everything. But hey, we had a delightful day. It's a beautiful day today. Check this out. It's a beautiful blue sky day. Tuesday, just kicking back. We're just chilling right here, drinking some coffee. But the big highlights is, the big word is that Pittsburgh Steelers coach Mike Tomlin has left the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know if it looked like he resigned. It don't look like he got fired. He wouldn't get fired. He's a very professional man. So I'm pretty sure he talks to the owners. They do things professionally. So he just decided to give it up, for whatever reason. I don't know if he's, the money ain't right. I don't know if the family's there, so it takes support. Whatever you do, it always takes Remember that. No, Jack, for sure, for sure. Stay in California is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. But that'll be it. You know, Big D's right here. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's for all my subscribers, man. There's a lot of y'all. Guys, thanks for making this channel happen. You know, let's get to the next round, second round, right? You guys will see Big D again. You know, at the second round, let's get it going. Super Bowl. I'm telling you, my cousin, you know, from my hearing, he always throws some always have barbecues and do things, you know, backyard budding. Bring your own. We used to say, bring your own, bring your own, whatever it is, you know. You will flip it. You drink, you know, bring your own beer, BYOB. Bring your own. You know, you gotta bring your own. So we go out there. We have like a potluck. My aunt, she cooks. She's a good cook, man. My aunt gets down. You know, we go out there. It's a barbecue deal. Well, you guys will see me. You know, there'll be a bunch of people, and we'll be hanging out, and we're just kicked back. You know. But shout out to NFL, man. Shout out to the playoffs. The playoffs were exciting this week. I know a lot of you were pulling your hair. You know, exciting. You know the playoffs are here. If you were watching the playoffs, you know, especially that comeback from, you know, against the Bears, you know, I mean, the Bears coming back, that was pretty crazy. It's best part of a birthday is another year, right? It's another year. That's the best part. But I'll let you guys go for now. You know, like I said, if things haven't did time to text time, I remember it's late night for sure. You know, God bless you guys, everybody. You know, who knows? Next time I see me, I might be at church. I'm telling you guys, go to the Rock Ministry. You know, there are a lot of churches that do online streaming, so you guys will see me because I'm always right there by the camera. You get some of the last couple highlights. You guys will see me. You know, we're right there. We put God first, you know, in your life. You know, and then be a mentor, an example to your children, to the young ones. Be supportive. You know, take care of your parents. Take care of yourself. You know what you gotta do. Don't forget Big D. You know, he's the guy. He's the man. You guys see me yesterday. You know, he was in the garden yesterday. He was kicking back. My cousin yesterday, he's pretty cool, man, because he was younger. We used to call him the firecracker. He's a boxer. And Homeboy could get down. I should take him to one of those boxing events, man. Homeboy could put up the gloves and swing him. It's Hag D. What? Keisha, what'd you say, Hag D? But we're just right here. We're just kicking back, just chilling. The reception right here is pretty sorry, so you know that's why I'm going to. You know, I'm trying to hurry up. All right, people. I'll get back to you on my next live. Make sure you jump on. Make sure you hit the like button on this one, and leave a comment what team you're going for. You know, the playoffs are here. The playoffs are here. I'm excited. I'm going for the Rams to win the Super Bowl. You know, they won against the Bengals a couple years ago. I was kind of upset about that one because all the play calling, I was like, nah, I don't know about that referees. They be calling some cheap plays, man. I see some plays that the refs should have called us this weekend, but you know, they're getting the teams play. But big